I do want to warn you guys before we watch this if you've eaten, you might want to look away.
Yeah.
What we're about to watch is the new trailer for the rebooted version of The Office from Australia. And I'm not kidding you when I say that this was one of the worst things I've seen in a very, very long time. So I invite all of you who have strong stomachs and a desire for cringe to watch along with us. And when we're done, you can tell us what you think. Are you a fan of The Office?
Yes.
Okay, well then...
What about The Office UK? You ever watched that one?
Parts of it, and I thought it was okay with Ricky Gervais.
Yes.
I thought it was pretty decent.
Well, here we go, guys. Again...
You didn't?
I watched both. I liked both.
Guys, I apologize. Again, here we go.
Roll, please. The drum roll, Lloyd.
That's how I drum roll.
People ask me, how can I become a great boss? And the answer is having a happy staff that love you.
This is a proper HR nightmare.
So that's
As
Oscar.
of today, we are all back in the office full time. What?
That's not good news.
I'm promoting you to productivity manager.
Yes, sir. Do I want to support the vision of my
Female
branch
Dwight.
manager? At all costs.
Is this the dark web?
No, it's not the dark web. Is that Lizzie?
Okay.
The perks of coming to work. Riling up Lizzie, flirting, watching Nick rile up
That's
Lizzie.
Pam.
What's his name?
My crow's name is Russell.
Hello, Rusty. How are you, mate?
No.
We lost one of our own last week.
Brian died.
We were so close. He's always in my heart.
Oh, is he the tall, sad one?
Yeah.
No, he was the short and smiley one.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
What nationality is he?
What sexual identity is he? Doesn't feel relevant, does it?
Hannah is a riddle swallowed by an idiot and shut up by a moron.
Those people are like family to me, and I won't let you throw them out on the street.
The daily commute is killing me.
Is someone sleeping in here?
Don't want anyone knowing about it. It's not a big deal. It's been 4 nights this week. It's nothing.
It's the race that stops the nation. Giddy up. It's awake, but I want people to feel awake.
I don't want to be on the committee.
I understand that, but you're also the oldest and closest to the end, so I would really love your buy-in on this event, okay?
If I die while I'm still working here, please don't let this happen.
Promoting women into positions of power. That's my mantra, really.
I've never heard you say that.
Oh, my back hurts from carrying all my sisters all the time. Ow!
Okay, well, I'll see you around.
Yeah, you definitely will, because I'll be at my desk all day.
Okay, well, I'll see you there.
You will for the next 9 hours.
And that's Jim.
Okay.
It's not woke.
No, it's just...
It's not woke. It's
bad.
just bad.
It's just not funny.
That's the sad thing. You know, it's not even crippled by being woke. It's just...
I can give
terrible.
I'll give them one thing that could save them. First of all, I will point out that a lot of people in the comments were coping, saying Australians have a different sense of humor. If that's true, and I'm sure it is, if you're saying so, then you shouldn't be trying to adapt so closely an American show that tried to adapt a British show, but found a lot of success, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Secondly, shows like this don't usually benefit from trailers.
Right.
Like, I don't know what a good version of this trailer, especially with this type of comedy, requires the setup of the entire scene, and cuts of it all together don't really help anyone.
There's also there's not the, you know, signature piano theme track in it. They chose a different one. But
the gender swap is a bit progressive and woke, if you want to call it that.
But it's like, it's just not creative, because if it's a reboot of The Office, you know, why would you just make all of the same characters? Write new characters.
Yeah.
Just make different people. They're different people, right? So why
Use
are you
the
making
style.
female Michael Scott, and then like they made a different version of Jim and Pam, and then they made a different version of Dwight, who is also gender swapped? Like, just write different people for the different show. The Office UK obviously didn't have one-to-one comparisons for every last person.
Yeah, and the other thing is, like, meritocracy matters, and watching that trailer points out just how important Steve Carell was.
Well, that's true.
As a performer.
However,
like there's a reason why Steve Carell made the money that he did.
Yes.
Because he was able to do something with that role that this lady, I'm not trying to be offensive to her, unless it's vastly different in the actual show, and when you're watching the episodes, it hits harder, it's not there.
Right. Yeah. But the cast they put together for The Office was obviously lightning in a bottle. And even after Steve Carell left the show, it was still pretty good. Not as good, of course, but it was still pretty funny.
I mean, it was
and we
kind
were
of-
still in a day and age when people could be funny. I just don't understand why. Like, are there any funny people left? Like, do they still exist?
I mean, I was always surprised that the American version was able to pull off their own adaptation of it after the British version anyways.
Yeah.
Right? Like that
Especially
alone
because,
was
like,
pretty impressive.
The Office UK was very distinct
Yeah.
in its sense of humor, but still really good.
Because
And-
British sense of humor lends itself to that.
Yes.
Yes, and it was first. It benefits a lot from coming out first,
Yes.
right? I was going to tweet, like, we owe Mindy Kaling an apology. like we
She was great.
We didn't know how good we had
She
it.
was great in The Office, though. Like she's not funny. She just got infected with a brain worm.
Well, I'm saying, like, she could still write that way if she wanted to.
Yeah, she could.
know?
And a lot of people liked Veep. But this is just so visually bad too. I don't know how they managed it in the first place, filming The Office in just a gray office building and still making it look like the characters had life, like had blood running through their veins. But visually, this is just dead.
I think
Like,
that is actually
this is
less-
visually a corpse.
I think, honestly, this may sound a little bit crazy, but that has a lot to do with the charisma of the actors. Not just the lighting,
Yes.
but the actors being able to kind of pull off a certain amount of light in life that doesn't actually show if you're not talented at what you do.
Yeah. There's also a different workplace culture these days.
Yeah, I mean, that, like, there would be a more interesting show. I mean, I wouldn't find it interesting, but I'm sure people who are more into current themes would find it interesting. If you were to do one that had something to do with what it's like to work in a modern office, which I guess they kind of tried to address at the beginning by saying
Referencing the pandemic.
we're back at the office, but doing a show where you have to have a bunch of in-office people dealing with satellite employees and being annoyed by the satellite employees and the type of problems that happen when people who work distance have to deal with, there's probably, in the hands of a good writer, some really good humor that could come from that. Like, make a show about Disney trying to make animated movies during the pandemic. Like, because everything was done remote.
There's that, but also, you know, there was that line, this is a HR nightmare. Well, the HR culture has also changed drastically because obviously Toby, the HR rep in the original, was reviled by everyone in the office, and now HR is like
Star.
yeah, like celebrated and it, you know, behaves in a tyrannical way
What if
in
they made a
workplaces in this day and age.
What
It's
if
much
they-
different.
What if they did this about, like, the auxiliary cast members on a movie set? Like the intimacy coordinator, the director's assistant.
There's material there.
Yeah.
They're just not willing to do it. Another thing is the rewritten version of Pam saying she enjoys flirting at the office. That doesn't make any sense either if you're trying to rewrite Jim and Pam's love story, because obviously they never outwardly said that they were flirting.
Yeah.
That was the entire point, is that they were both in denial about it and that they were just friends.
Yeah.
So nothing about this makes sense. I just think funny people like kind of died off. There are none left.
Look, I don't know if that's true.
Or they all moved to YouTube and TikTok. There are no funny people left in the entertainment
What is the
industry.
show? Only Murders in the Building with Steve Martin and Martin Short. That just got like its 4th season in 4 years, and
It's
it's just
4
got,
seasons on that one.
yeah, and it's getting its 5th season now, and everybody raves about their chemistry as actors together. So, but the thing is, Steve Martin and Martin Short are old.
Yeah.
They're not young.
Selena Gomez is in it.
So, like, just saying that, you know, those talented people are still out there, but we were just never going to see that here. Do you care? We talked a little bit about it. I saw some people in the chat mention it, and so I saw some people in the comments mention it about the the lack of attractive people. I don't think that matters because I don't think that was really a cornerstone of the original show either.
No, I don't think so either. That wouldn't be so much of a problem, honestly. It's like the original cast perhaps was a little bit better looking, but they were average looking people.
Eating the cats.
Nice. All right.
We're eating the dogs. We're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. We're eating the dogs. We're eating the cats. Eat the cat.
Thank you, guys.
That's a good one.
Okay.
I like that one.
All right.
But you said that they were all ugly.
Look, I didn't find any of them particularly pleasant to look at. But you said that John Krasinski died a twink death. I think John Krasinski just grew up and put on some muscle mass and became an action star. He did the same. He went the same route as Chris Pratt himself.
Yeah.
Who's the other one? More than a few of them. You know, they're plucky and they're funny, and then they're like, well, I don't have a future as plucky and funny. I'm gonna have to do some steroids and be.
Well, a lot of people also said, hey, they already did a female Michael Scott show. It was Parks and Rec, and everyone loved it. I tried to watch Parks and Rec. I hated it, but did you ever?
I did. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I liked it. She wasn't the female Michael, but it was just the office set in a government situation.
Yeah.
I'll just watch 30 Rock over any of this.
Never watched that.
You should watch The Office, though. Like, you should give it a try.
I've seen the UK version. I've never seen the American version.
Yeah, you definitely should watch it.
It's not the type of sense of humor that lands with me. I'm much more of a 30 Rock type of person. But you
haven't given it a chance yet.
It's
true. Yeah. Don't judge it unless you watch it.
30-minute episodes are probably good for me now, though.
Yeah.
So, chat, let us know. Does this appeal to you, to anyone? I'm sure there's at least one person there who's like, I'll give it a shot.
Well, someone tell me what Australian humor is.
Yeah,
'cause whatever isn't it?
I would be interested to know how Australian humor is like showcased in this, because all that looked like to me was just bad attempts at American humor. That didn't land.
It was just The Office from Wish with accents.
Yeah. All right.
I can't do their voices.
The funny thing is like there's a long history of shows that do, like, one of my favorite shows was The Killing, starring Joel Kinnaman, but that was an American version of a Danish show that did it first, and a lot of people would say arguably better. But I'm never going to watch the Danish version. So.
Well, Americans do everything better.
Amen.
Well, it's, is that true?
I mean, sure.
Everything?
Yes.
Americans did The Office.
I'm trying
better.
to think. Well, yes, I'm trying to think if there's an example otherwise of a TV show. There's no example of a TV show that I can think of that I liked. Oh no, that's not true. Broadchurch was far better than Grace Point with David Tennant, and he's in both versions. And
okay, I can't speak.
Grace Point was the American version of Broadchurch. So, thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.